Yeah, man. Going really well. I've just been training recently. After my karting session, got a bit beat up. So just training, getting myself prepared for the next one coming up.
I saw that tweet.
And, that's all I've been doing really. Been catching up on the Formula One, all that.
Good man. Today, before we get into Formula One, look, it is what it is. It's coming. Did you watch the football yesterday?
I did watch I caught the second half of it because I had to get my LFC go sorted. But yeah, I caught the second half of the game. Yeah,
that's good. Now, let's talk about Formula One, F1, the Belgian Grand Prix qualifying. What is it with this track, man? This track, years and years ago, the track for qualifying, this track used to be one of the best, but now it's boring now. It's really boring. The rain spoiled it because obviously we never got to see the true speed of the McLaren car. I think the reason why, we'll get into the part of it in a minute, but the reason why I think that Max got pole today is because he had two fresh intermediate tires. But the reason why he went for the fresh intermediate tires, two of them, compared to the other people that had one, the reason why he done that, in my opinion, is because he knows he's got a grid penalty. So he's got a 10-place grid penalty, taking an engine penalty, so because he's getting a new power unit. So he has to take an engine penalty. So he's trying to, he's trying to finish as high as possible in the pole. So when he does drop, he only drops back 10 places. Because if he would have got fourth in qualifying, he would have been near the back. So that's why the other teams, I don't think if you notice, if you would have watched the qualifying, the other teams only brought one inter. When it got to the last stint, they had one inter because they know that Red Bull are taking the penalty. They know that Max Verstappen is taking the penalty, and that they can just relax because they know their car is going to be set up for Sunday. Because what's happening Sunday, it's going to be hot. So they're not really bothered. This is why when Lewis Hamilton came out when he got to Q3, he came out on his car and he done one stint and then he went again on the same tyre because he knew that he wasn't going to change because obviously one, he didn't have it, and two, the car set up for the race. So the times that we saw today, I don't think we could look too much into it. We're going to see the true speed of the McLaren tomorrow, and I think we're going to see the true speed of the Mercedes tomorrow as well. So, what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think Mercedes had just like Russell didn't really have the greatest of qualifying. I think Hamilton had a really good qualifying, getting third in the end because Verstappen got that grid penalty. But how I thought overall the qualifying session, of course, you explained about all the Inter tyres and that. I think the Inter tyres were wearing away quite easily. And of course, there was some parts on the track that were dry. But for the teams to play it safe, because when they have that section, I think after Eau Rouge, there was a dry section. And of course, after the dry section, there was a wet section as well for Inter tyres. So, yeah, teams are going on Inter tyres to play it more safe and try not slip off or cause any, drop in their time. Of course, the track looked dry, but there was still some parts that were really, really wet. So it's better off to be safe than sorry, just keep the Inters on. Of course, Max was just trying his hardest in qualifying. Probably going to try make his way up the grid tomorrow in the race when it's dry. Of course, Zach Brown saying in the interview, why couldn't it go up from P11 to P1? We can do that, but McLaren's got a faster car to withstand that. I think maybe it's arguably the fastest car on the grid over the Red Bull.
Of course.
So yeah, look, I think this qualifying weren't the best. Of course, there's a lot of tyre strategy in it. Well, no tyre strategy, if you know what I mean. Like there was a lot of switching between fresh inters, used inters. Of course, there was points there. Hamilton was on used inters when he did his lap, because there was no really point of going for push laps because
I think that's all he had anyway. But I think it was done by design.
Because I don't know if they weren't prepared or not for the rain that's coming.
They knew.
Yeah,
there was talent. Because I think during practice too, they were saying because that was it was wet as well. Even though Lando got the fastest in practice too. They were saying on the radar there's going to be wet weather for qualifying. So this is why I guaranteed if Max Verstappen didn't have that engine penalty, he would have brought one Inter as well. For the last stint, he was the only one really that had two Inters. So he knew when he goes on his first stint, he's got his brand new Inters. Second stint, he puts his another pair of brand new Inters on. So he knows he's going to try and get the maximum speed. That's why when he was interviewing Lewis after, they said the same thing to Lewis. Lewis, where was the time? He goes, look, at the end of the day, I had one tyre, one Inter to try and make it happen. I went again, it didn't work out. But I believe if I would have had a new set of Inter, a spare like Max did, he would have got up there and probably challenged for pole. So obviously that was everybody's strategy. Ferrari, brilliant lap from Charles Leclerc at the end. He got second, but we know he's going to be first on the grid because of the penalty of Max Verstappen. But yeah, man, I thought it was boring. I'm not going to come out and say it was good. I thought it was really boring. I think it's probably the worst qualifying this season so far. But I don't think it was that good. But like you said, look, the race is tomorrow. That's where the points are in it.
Yeah. So, there was a lot of time shifting because in Q1 you saw I think it was Perez getting the 156 and then Verstappen getting the 155 and you saw Piastri getting the 154. There was a lot of people that were just trading places on the grid. I think Q3 where all the bottom teams went out, it started to settle out a bit and you saw like the benchmark that everyone was trying to go for. Of course, Max was probably trying his hardest in this probably qualifying because he wanted to make up for his 10-place grid penalty, which is understandable. But look, I think if you're talking about Mercedes' position, of course, like you mentioned, that Mercedes might show the potential because Mercedes are getting a faster car now. Of course, McLaren. So it's not necessary that in the race that Max is going to go from P11 to P1. Now, last season, when Max had that absolute dominant car, right, I'll be saying, whatever group penalty he gets, it won't affect him. He'll go from P11 to P1 easily. But now, as teams are starting to develop, like McLaren's starting to get quicker, Mercedes is starting to get quicker to challenge the Red Bulls and disturb that title reign and disturb that constructors title, right? it's not going to be easy for Max. And of course, the Ferraris are not
And
in
it
the
shouldn't be.
and exactly. And I know the Ferraris isn't in the best state, but the Ferraris are not. I'm not going to let him go that easily. They're going to put up a fight with him because Ferrari want points as well. They're all fighting for points on the board, and especially Ferrari can still be involved in the constructors at some point because if they can get their crap sorted and get some points at the board like Sainz and Leclerc finishing in that top 5 or top 6 consistently and getting them points, because matter of fact, right, because Red Bull isn't really the best point scorers in the constructors because Perez has been underperforming these past couple of races. Yes, he got a good qualifying today. Credit to him, right? But if you think about the previous races, Perez hasn't been doing that good. So Ferrari aren't going to be letting him go that easily, especially McLaren fighting for the title, drivers and the constructors as well. And Mercedes aren't going to let go that easily. I still think Mercedes, in my opinion, right? I'm not saying it because I'm a Mercedes fan. I'm saying this because Mercedes still have a chance in the constructors because they have now a better car that can challenge for podiums. You don't always have to finish first place to win the constructors. Constructors is a team game, just like football. If you want to win a Premier League, you got to do it as a team, right?
Exactly.
Mercedes can still win the constructors if they finish top 5, top 4 consistently every single race, right? Because if you think about Perez's last performances, yes, Perez did good against in the wet, right? And wet is down to like skill based, right? If you think
it comes down to the skill base. Most of it is 80% of it.
Most of it, of course. If you got a Williams and you're good in the wet, you're not going to get pole, are you? But
no.
The thing is that majority of the races are going to be dry races, and Perez in the dry race isn't really that good at the moment if you think of previous form, So that's all I'm saying is that it's not going to be hard. It's not going to be easy for Max to get through in the pack.
No, Carew actually said exactly what you said, something similar. Natalie Pickman was talking about she was talking about regarding Max coming through the crowd, what you just said. And Natalie Pickman says to Carew, because Carew was saying it's not going to be that easy. And Natalie Pickman says, why? He's done it before. But Carew said it's not like before, like last season and the season before, where he could be at the back and he could just come through the crowd and win the race by 20 seconds. Them days are gone now because the other team has caught up. So this one is going to be more of a challenge for Max. He's basically saying he's not going to win it. But if he does win it, it'll be a good drive. If he does win it, it's going to be very tough for him to win this race. I believe the McLaren's going to win it, in my opinion. I think it's going to be a McLaren 1 and 2, Mercedes 3. And I think that will be Lewis Hamilton. It's going to be Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, and Lewis Hamilton. That's the way the 3 is going to end. I don't think Charles believes that he's going to win it. He said today, he goes, look, our race pace wasn't really good in practice 3. Practice 2, it was crap. When it was in the dry, when I had the dry session, the race pace was crap. So I don't think Charles Leclerc is thinking he's going to win the race. So I think Charles Leclerc and Perez, I wouldn't be surprised if the 2 McLaren boys passed them in the first 2 laps, because we all know when it comes to Spa, there's always a lot of overtakes in Spa. And I think Perez, if he doesn't get beat at the first corner, when it goes lights out of the way we go, they'll get him on the Rouge. Lando Norris will get him on the Rouge. When they go over the Rouge and they go down that straight, he'll pass him there, because the McLaren car is far superior for me at the moment, far superior than the Red Bull car. But as you was talking about Checo, go back to more about Checo losing points. Yeah, he's been hemorrhaging points to McLaren, and this weekend the McLaren can actually pass Red Bull in the constructor points. If Perez has a bad race, right? If Perez has a bad race tomorrow, and McLaren get a 1 and 2, that's it. They're in front of the constructors. So as for drivers, I don't really know at the moment. See how it goes tomorrow. See where Max finishes and see where Lando finishes. But I still think the drivers is on as well. But I think the constructors, for me, at the moment, I think my favourite pick to be world champions in the constructors is McLaren, in my opinion. And I think when next year starts, because if you go back to 2020, it's always when the regulations change. When the regulations are about to change, this always happens. You look at the 2020 season when Lewis Hamilton won the world title. Look at the last 3 or 4 races of the season. Who won it? It was Red Bull, not Mercedes. So when the 2021 season came, it was on. And that's what this is like. This reminds me now of the 2020 season that the McLarens are catching up. They've passed them slightly, and you could see it happening. And when next season starts, when they're both in the similar cars, from the beginning, from race 1, it's going to be on. A bit like 2021 is. It's the same. It's the same with the Red Bull era back in 2013 with Vettel. It's the same. When the regulations, the last 2 years of the regulations, the team that's chasing starts coming. So, pause. So, as for tomorrow's race, I think it's going to be McLaren 1 and 2, in my opinion. I think Lewis Hamilton is going to be there in the mix. But as the way Lewis Hamilton was talking today, he believes that he can get in there with it in the mix and try and get a podium. But yeah, that's all I got to say really about it.
I don't think there's much really you can say about this qualifying.
No.
It wasn't really that entertaining of a qualifying. It's not about entertaining, but there was nothing really much going on except from people changing intermediate tyres and putting time on the board. If it was a dry qualifying, it would be way more interesting. We'll be having lots of more to talk about. But since it's this type of qualifying where it was just tiring and there weren't really much to say about it, like I said, I'm going to repeat again, about, of course, there was parts where it was dry, there was dry sections, there was intersections, but let's face it, the rain was on and off. Yeah, there was a rain in a town in Belgium, another town, and then it went straight back onto the track. It was lots of things going crazy about the weather. What we can talk about the weather and about how the team changed from inter tyres, because it seemed like the fresh inter tyres, most obvious it sounds, was better after a lap. As soon as after a lap, when them got used and it started to wear out easily. This is why when Max was out there first and put in that 155, not a lot of people could beat that time because he went out there first on the fresh tyres, went out for a flying lap, and he ran on the fresh tyres. Right, on the inters, of course, he did his cool down. He did his cool down lap, and then he went for his fast one, and that's how he got that time at the end. Of course, Piastri beat that and got a 154, I think, or 155.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. So lucky there's no rain tomorrow. Let's hope there's no rain mid race. I just want it to be a full dry race, as it's expected to be a full dry race. But look. It's the weather. It's Formula One. Anything could happen in that stage. So let's just hope there's no rain. Because Spa, you don't want to see a wet race, do you? This track is too high speed to be a wet race. You know, you want to have a dry race. You want to see cars. Talking from an entertainment point of view, you want to see cars go quick, speed it around them corners because there's that kind of track. It's really, really quick. It's a power track. You need to get your straight line speed. Of course, there's a few corners which is tricky, but most of the track is straights. If it's not a big straight, it's a small straight and into a fast bend. It's a power.
There is
track.
some slows. There is a power circuit. 100% agree. It is a power circuit. There is some bends, those swooping bends, which is basically flat out anyway with these modern day Formula One cars. So I agree with you on that one, Toto.
Yeah. So if you want to say my predictions on course next race, because you got Leclerc on pole, Perez and Hamilton. I think Hamilton's in the best position, in my opinion. You know, of course he's on the left hand side of the grid, I think, or the right hand side. Don't know. I think it's on the right hand side. I don't know, but he's in the best position because he could get a double toe. Because where he is now is that, of course, in the Eau Rouge, this is where racecraft comes into play. If this was me in pole position, yeah, I would give up my first place spot to go in second, because when you're on that back straight, yeah, and you got that toe, it's guaranteed, unless Lando delivers some absolute defending move, right? Because you only can move once. You can't weave and weave. You only can move once. So Lando's probably going to move once, and then Perez might come up behind him and just not DRS, tow and go past him. That's if Perez gives up his first place spot. If you don't give up his first place spot, he's going to be in trouble because Lando's going to be on the toe, Hamilton's going to be on the toe, Leclerc's going to be on the toe. There's going to be so much drivers on the toe, and it's amazing. This is why, because I was there. I was at Spa, yeah, in real life. I went there to Spa. And
yeah, I saw the picture on your Instagram back in the day.
The toe that people get on that main straight, it's absolutely amazing, and it's going to be entertaining start to the race. I think Perez is going to lose his spot for first place because of that toe. Then it's going to be a battle. But look, I think Hamilton's in the best position because I think Hamilton could potentially go in first, or potentially go in second, if not first, if he gets a really.
See how the grid lines up.
Because if he gets a good start and goes into second in the first corner, he can have a really, really good chance of going in front of Perez or Norris if Norris gets ahead. We don't know. Yeah. So I'm just interested for the start of the race tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it's saying on here, I'm going to bring up on the screen what Hamilton's saying. He's saying that he's encouraged. Basically, what he's saying is he's encouraged by the qualifying. He said, basically, Lewis Hamilton has expressed his satisfaction after posting the 4th fastest time during qualifying for the Belgian Grand Prix, describing it as the best we could get from the rain. And this is what I'm talking about, what I said about the rain. All right? Hold on. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, the rain. They've set the car up for a dry race for tomorrow. This time that we're seeing now from the other teams is not the times you're going to see tomorrow, the way their cars are going to operate tomorrow. This is what Hamilton's basically saying. I'll put it up on the screen. It's exactly what he said. And it's what I said today at the beginning of the video. It's basically there in black. There it is, right there. Very simple. It says Lewis Hamilton expressed his satisfaction in his situation after posting the 4th fastest time during the qualifying for the Belgian Grand Prix, describing it as the best we could do and the best we could get from the rain heat session. So Hamilton trailed. Oh, well, you can read the rest. So basically, what he's trying to say there, that's the best he could do from the situation, the car that was dealt with. It was rain, and set the car up for a dry race, and it is what it is. That's what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, and I think Hamilton will be in a good, like I said, Hamilton's in the best position, in my opinion, because he can generate
maybe
amazing time. But yeah, Hamilton's going to do really, really great. Got chat going. Hey, Solo brother. Hey, Jordan. Big up, man. Thanks for tuning in and showing your support to the channel. Make sure you smash that like button as well. But yeah, thanks really much.
Big up, Jordan. Why is it right? You know, when we put the chat room up, yeah? This is I'm confused. Why is it so big?
I think it's like that. You can't really change it. I tried to on mine, but you can't. No,
it weren't that big before, was it? I'm gonna hide the chat room up there. Then.
Like it depends. It depends which one you go for. It depends. Like if you go here and then
go on.
It's smaller.
Yeah, that one. Do that one. That will do. Yeah, man. Big up Jordan, man. Big up Jordan. He's doing a stream later with he's doing a stream later with Josh, one of his brethren, isn't it? And it's Arsenal and Manchester United. He's doing like a pre-program, and I said to him because he supports Liverpool in it, and I was talking to him on there. But yeah, thanks for joining, Jordan. Thanks for that. So yeah, man. So all we can really do now is just bring up the. There we go. There's the results. That's how they finished. Qualifying, Max Verstappen, fastest time. But again, he was the only guy. He was the only driver. Let's put it into context. He was the only driver who had the 2 intermediate tires, 2 brand new intermediate tires in the Q3. The others just had 1, but it was done by design. So you can see there, Q1 he got fastest there, 154.9. And then he obviously in Q2 got a bit faster, and then his fastest was in Q3. his qualifying session. Second was Charles Leclerc, but we know because of the engine penalty, Charles Leclerc is going to go straight into first. So basically, it's going to be Charles Leclerc first, second Perez, third Lewis Hamilton. So the second row of the grid is going to be Lewis Hamilton and Lando Norris, which is going to be very, very interesting. And the other one, it's going to be Oscar Piastri and George Russell on the other one. So Charles and Sergio, Lewis and Lando, Oscar and George. What box office is that? Amazing. Yeah. You see, you're right, Toto. You're right, it's going to be a good race tomorrow, bro. And Lewis could steam in. Because I saw that before at Spa where the third place just takes them both. I saw it.
I want Mercedes to get far in the constructors, so let's hope we get Russell up there as well in the points.
Yeah, let's see where they are in the constructors, man.
Who, Mercedes?
Yeah.
I think the third or second. I don't know.
Yeah, they are. There it is there. So first is look how close look how close McLaren is. If McLaren get a 1 and 2 tomorrow, they'll go on top. Mercedes
ain't even in the 300 mark, but
I don't think Mercedes is gonna. Yeah, it could change, but realistically, I'd rather McLaren do it this year.
Yeah, well,
at least they're gonna win something. At least they're gonna win something. At least
you want someone to beat Red Bull as well. So
yeah.
Ferrari's up there as well. 322, and Red Bull ain't putting in the best performances as a team. These previous races, of course, Max is up there in the points, but of course, Max had a couple of downfalls, like fifth. You got fifth one race. He didn't really have a good result at Silverstone. So, and of course, Perez not finishing, in top positions where he should be finishing in that car. Of course, I don't know. To me, if he's getting a slower car, or is he getting, I don't know what's going on over there with Perez, but he's just underperforming these past couple of races. So, Red Bull will lose a lot of points. But it could be different for this one because Perez is up there and see what he can do.
That's it, man. That's the perfect way. We're going to leave it there. Tomorrow, we're going to do, if you're watching, we're doing the live watch along with the virtual map. If you like all that, remember to come onto the channel. And I want to thank everybody as well on my channel. I'm going to put this up. On my to watch so people can see. I do really, really appreciate it when I put a lot of work into videos and they start to pay off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this up. This guy makes me laugh, man. No, I'll just do it. Sorry, I was just looking at something. I'm going to put this up on the screen. And I've done a video yesterday regarding FIFA. And I want to put it up on the screen and show everyone because I really appreciate, I put the work in. Yeah. And with the video, started doing some videos. I've had a couple of funny comments, but it is what it is. So, yeah, let me just put it up. I've done this video yesterday, recorded, edited it, and I got 654 views. I've only been doing these videos for 1 week, and I got 654 views for this video, and I'm really humbled about it. And I got 9 likes, which I haven't had 9 likes in a long time. 9 likes and 13 comments, mostly positive, and 654 views for doing this video, and I'm really, really humbled. So. For all you mans, put the positive comments in the comment section, and for everyone that saw this video, I'm really humbled. Thank you very much. And this will just make me continue to do more. But I might do one today or tomorrow. I might record one today. I might edit it tomorrow. But in the next couple of days, there will be another one on my channel. I'm just looking for the right card. I just don't want to do cards for the fun of it. It's got to be the right card,
Yeah.
But it is what it is, yeah. But I'm really humbled about that. Toto.
Yeah, of course you're gonna get the negative comments, but at least you're doing content of your own, and they're doing nothing. You're the one that's getting.
Whoa!
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
So,
that really made me happy when I saw that. It really made me happy. The happiness that brought to me, it was good, man. It was a good thing. But anyway. Yeah. I'm going to be signing out now. I'm going to big up to you, Toto Hammer. I'm going to be ending now. But that's it, man. Anything to say before we go?
No, nothing really. I'm going to say that I think the podcast will be on the pause. That driving straight, getting the
Why?
podcast, because I'm not sure about his holiday. I think he's got a holiday plan coming up or what. I see if I can arrange one earlier. Because
okay, fair enough.
Since his holidays and we've got all the time in the world, we can do it earlier. And yeah, of course, I'm going on a holiday soon as well, so we've got to fit one in before going on holiday. So yeah, I'm going to get that sorted.
And for everybody watching this, I did get some comments on my Spotify. I think it was Spotify. I got a comment on there saying, "When's your next podcast?" I actually got someone who said, "When's your next podcast?" You know, for the debrief.
Yeah.
And I said, I've got 4 already recorded. I just got to put them up.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is this is why I'm doing it, because we've got 4 weeks off now. Formula One is going to be 4 weeks off. I've recorded 4 already. I've only got 2 more to record, and that's it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them up on Spotify every couple of days, you know, on the podcast. So we've got something going, because once the season finishes, you go on your holidays, I go on my holidays, and we're not here really doing a lot of F1. So I could put them up online where my location is. Where I'll just bring my laptop with me. I bring my laptop, and then every couple of days I'm gonna put one up on Spotify. You get me? So people can get content. This is why I haven't done it. I've just done it. I've got 4 already already recorded. I just need to throw them up. So what I'm gonna do, I'll do the first one tomorrow. After the Formula One finishes tomorrow, I'm gonna put the first one up in the night time, and 3-4 days after I'll put another one up. So that's it. That's where the podcasts are going. But we're still there. We still go. I actually got a comment, you know. I got a comment about the podcast. Said, when's your next podcast go? That's crazy, man. So, see you later, guys. Big up to everybody. Smash them like buttons. And, yeah. See you later, guys. Bye. Bye. Okay, I can't forget the intro, can I?
Yeah.
See you later, guys. Bye.